Okay, I told you I wasn't going to cut it out because there's probably something wrong, and I was right. I need to make a correction here. I'm going to make my correction still in the orange because it's still representing my cut line. Okay, I did pull this down to the 1 inch length we needed to add. I did pull this over to the 1/2 inch width on this side we needed to add. And I traced it up to here, but what I did wrong was to go ahead and trace the neck because that still keeps it at this length. So I need to bring it from when I traced it up to here, I need to continue like that. Bring this back up to where it was at the purple line, which is right about here. And then from that point, I'm going to trace my neck edge. See, this is adding the 1 inch down here. I didn't do it. Told you I'd do something wrong. Nobody's perfect. Don't cut. It's like a carpenter. Measure twice, cut once. So we're going to do that. Let's go ahead and start this neck edge, or the shoulder line, I mean, over here. Get him going. He's going to extend, remember? Okay, now what we're going to do is to leave this up here and shift him over to where this needs to be right here on the other side. Making sure still that the length was at the original mark of the purple. Bring it over here, that's a little bit too far. Okay, here's my green line. Here's the purple line right down here. You probably can't see my finger at all. So there's my purple at the bottom for the original hemline. Pull it over to the green line that we needed to extend to. Okay, that looks good. So now we continue this shoulder line to here, and then draw the same arm. Now remember, when you get your shrinkage, it's not just going to shrink 1 inch at top and 1 inch at bottom. That shrinkage is going to be the amount we determine through the whole length or the whole width. So now we're on the edge. Go ahead and draw a little bit down because you had missed that, or I had missed that mark. Yeah, okay. Now we got a better representation. So let's go here and do some cross lines on that to indicate that's not where we're going to cut at all. Here also, we're not cutting here. I'm putting hash marks through those orange lines to indicate that was a wrong mark. Remember, this chalk is easy to get out. Okay, that's correct. I could cut it. I'll still cut it a little bit big. Even a little bit outside of these edges here, I think. So what I'm ready to do now is to try to match this up with the other side, which is going to require that I go ahead and cut out some of it. So let's go ahead. No, I don't want to do that. Ooh, I got to lay all my pattern pieces out to figure out where I'm going to put everything. Okay, good thing I didn't cut. Yay, yay, yay. Always think 2 steps ahead. So what I'm going to do next, not on this video, this is just a correction video, but what I'm going to do next is to just roughly lay out all my pattern pieces. Figure out where everything needs to go, and that's going to mean I'm going to have to mirror the front right pant, front left pant, or I did that wrong, front right and then front left. The sleeves, you're going to have to match up to here. Now what I think I'm going to do, because the only place you run your ease line on your sleeve is from this mark up through the center shoulder point and down to the back side at its mark. So all of this remains in the fabric. So I think what I'm going to do is try to cut my sleeve. Let's see if I can find a sleeve. Here. I'll try to cut my sleeve. See, here's this mark here. Let's just pretend this is on here. So when I cut my sleeve, I'll kind of match it up here. Go grain line, and then I'll give myself just some reference marks, like right here would be a blue stripe. Right here will be a blue stripe. And right here is that black stripe, or that dark navy. It's kind of a gray blue is what it is, but I'll just put black for now so I know what it is. That's that heavy dark stripe. Now let's make some reference lines on the top for your verticals. Here, all around through here is a blue stripe. Coming up to here, we could probably use our ruler to get a more accurate line. You could kind of fold this guy a little bit, or mark and then mark. So right around here is going to be another blue line. That's a blue line. So right here is that lone, probably more like in here. So right here is that lone black line. So when I lay out my sleeve, I'm going to want to match these lines onto the fabric, so that when this is sewn, this point to this point, we will have a continuation of the plaid from here to the sleeve. Now it's nearly impossible to match the rest of the way up. Okay, it's just impossible. There's too many angles. You're going at arcs. You can't. But if you can match it up across the upper bust, right in through here. Actually, this is your bust line. This right in through here is your upper bust. This is your front shoulder width. You can match it up through your shoulder and around your arm, matching up the back to here, and have a continuation of the stripe even going vertical. You're doing good. Even if you can't get the vertical stripe, you're doing good. So at least try to get your horizontal stripes. It looks really wonky when you try to do it and not perfectly match your horizontal stripes. Verticals you can fudge a little bit on. Horizontals you cannot. Okay, there's my correction. Thanks for watching. Bye.